the lead on this one? Yes, no? Maybe so?
I don't bite.
You can bite me.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind me, Rae. I'm feeling a little frisky. Let's talk about that later. Welcome everybody to Rae's round 4 confessional. Confess, Rae, how you feeling about this round? How do you think you guys did? All that good stuff. Just spill your guts and we'll hop in with questions.
I'm not sure if you noticed my mega big eye roll, but that sums it up pretty well. Like, I'm so freaking annoyed. So, of course, Owen volunteered to set out the last challenge because I guess he just had so much Rocket League to catch up with. That's all that fucker does is play fucking Rocket League. Sorry about the cussing. That's all he does. And, we have to work around his schedule. And, like, getting him to, like, post anything or do anything is, like, pulling teeth. And, of course, he's like, oh, my computer's dead. Oh, taking his time. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of disrespectful to, like, everyone else's time around you. Like, don't tell me you don't have a phone. Like, you can't just be like, hey, I'm just reading on my computer, like, whatever. So then we get to the challenge. And oh my God, we made the mistake of making Rachel the fucking caller. Never trusting her with that again. Because it was like, we would do a chain word. We'd come up with a suggestion. And no, it couldn't be stabbed. Let's sit here for like 5 more freaking minutes with our fingers up our butts and like not guess anything. And then, start second guessing ourselves. I swear we could have shaved off at least a couple of points if we just guessed or knew when to give up. You know what I mean? Like, I do a lot of escape rooms, and sometimes you just need the hint. Sometimes you hit the wall. But this bitch was not letting us hit the wall. Like, she was just like, no, I want to be sure. Well, guess what? We weren't sure. And then it comes to the fucking tiebreaker. She's like, oh, I have anxiety. I panicked. I just said a random number. I'm like, oh, well, I might write down your name then if we go to Tribal Girl because I'm over it. And I know I was all about the girlies. I really was. But, like, Robin's barely online. And then it's like Rachel is a challenge beast. But if we're going to be on a swap soon, emerge soon, how much is that really going to help me if she's so freaking frustrating to work with? So, I don't know. I'm kind of like pulling away from that. And I'm definitely leaning more towards Maddie because he's always online. We're always on the same wavelength. And like, we're discussing the possibility of going to Tribal tonight. And everyone's like, oh, Owen. And I'm like, okay. But what if Owen has an idol, guys? Because that might be the reason why he's acting so freaking insane. And then there's crickets. There's no plan B. And I'm like, so we're just going to let Owen decide the vote? Like, I'm so annoyed. I'm going to be pissed if it's me.
Okay.
Rocky's just like, whoa.
This is not my ray of sunshine. This is like a cloudy storm. So,
I'm fed up.
So if you guys do happen to go to Tribal, how does Rae get to make what Rae wants to happen?
God, I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do because like Maddie's probably not gonna be there. Rachel's not gonna be there. That's like 2 votes towards Owen. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I make what I want to happen. I guess the only thing I could do really is try to convince Owen to possibly vote out Rachel. But I think he was kind of throwing her under the bus from what Maddie told me anyways. So that might not need convincing. He might just do it. I don't know. He could write my name down and I could be the one going. It just sucks. I hate feeling so powerless.
Could this be an opportunity for you to make your social proudness known and start reaching out to other people, possibly Owen, as much as you're saying like he annoys you, but maybe this might be a bridge to make what you want to happen?
Rocky, I am trying so hard. If you look at our one-on-one chats, I am always sending him texts. I'm always like on his dick trying to get that conversation with him. But he's playing Battlefront. Like, so I guess I have to download Star Wars Battlefront to get a conversation with this guy. Because, like, he's never there. He's never reaching out to me. And he's doing the same with everybody else. And you have to wonder what the angle is with that, right? And it has to be that he has the idol or a power or he has something up his sleeve to like play like this. He has to. Because why else would you? Why else would you genuinely?
You bring up I heard you mention the idol a few times, or an idol. Is this like divine power machine, or like the fortune teller just like kind of making you guys go a little like crazy thinking about like who has what? Are those like big talks going on?
Oh yeah. The divine power machine has been a big, big talk. But apparently not big enough because no one wants to come up with a plan B. Everyone just wants to write down Owen's name and hope that he doesn't write down one of our names. But I'm like, come on, guys, we have to think of a plan B. And I really don't want it to be Tim because I've grown to like the kid. He's a good guy, you know? Like, I really want to vote him out. And quite honestly, I feel like if I had to face Rachel on something, she's so stubborn. I don't know. Like, I think she could out stubborn me. But like with Tim, sorry, Tim, I feel like I could face you one on one. And those are things that you have to start thinking about as we start swapping and merging and stuff like that, right? Like, who could you really face? So personally, my second vote is Rachel, but like no one wants to hear that. And I know better than to be like, oh, let's write down Rachel's name because I'm a little annoyed.
What do you think about Drew's announcement about an announcement?
I hope I survive enough to see what goes on. I don't know. It's probably going to be a swap or a merge. I don't know. Could be one or the other though. And I mean, as much as I love Maddie and some of the other relationships I've made on my tribe, I'm excited to make more. And I don't think it genuinely hurts to like be distanced for a little while to like not be seen so much as a pair. You know what I mean? So I think it can make it work for me in the end. If I can survive tribal, if we go to tribal.
Who on the other tribes are you, like you just mentioned, you would like to make more relationships. So who do you like see you possibly like making a relationship with? And on the flip side of that, who do you think like I don't really want to play with them because I've been hearing things, or because people have gone to the fortune teller, they come back and tell you guys things. So like, yeah. So who would you want to get to know, and who are you just like I don't really want to work with them possibly?
I really wanted to get to know Emily because she's been in the fortune teller so many goddamn times. And I really want to know what that's about. Not so much Julia because I heard, according to Rachel, they got into a little like cat fight, I guess, about like the thing about like which card to choose. And I'm just kind of like, oh God, I don't need another freaking Rachel making things hard and complicated and being stubborn. So that's somebody that automatically I'm like, you know.
Okay. Sandy, Rachel, you guys have any questions?
I guess some sort of follow-up question about the divine power machine. You have not gone yet. Have you thought about wanting to go, or is it something you want to kind of avoid? Because I know heard people talking, like Rocky mentioned, like people going so many times, like if there's drama, if there's cat fights, do you feel like you're missing out on some of that because you haven't gone, or do you want to go even though there's a risk you could get an advantage, disadvantage, or nothing? Like, what are your personal thoughts on going?
Yeah, I want to go. I want something. I want a little something. I want to go so bad. Are you kidding me? I get such FOMO not going. And knowing that I could get like an advantage or a disadvantage or whatever, I just like I get an advantage, you know? And like I kind of feel like advantages are a me, myself, and I thing. So even if I was the one who did the divine power machine, I wouldn't tell anybody that I had the idol. I don't. I wish I fucking did. Because then I would be like, easy peasy lemony squeezy. But no, your girl has no power right now. Just my vote. Which I guess is more than what Robin has if they decide to bank their vote. But we'll see how that goes.
Has that been like a thing? Like I know Robin came back and told you all about what they had, but like you also said like Robin hasn't really been around. So like, is that like a thing that's going on? Are you guys, or has anybody been thinking about like, hey, Robin may possibly not have a vote, so that could be a possible easy vote for you all?
According to Maddie, Owen brought it up. But now it feels like Owen is starting to target Rachel more and ice Rachel out more because of the last time we did the duo drawing challenge. And apparently he had his villainous voice on. He was like, oh, what if we just made it so she couldn't go? Like, Owen, what are you thinking? So I feel like he's targeting one of the two. I'm not sure where that puts me. Apparently he likes my vibe, but I don't know how much longer he's gonna like it to keep me safe. So I don't know. I mean, I really do respect Robin a lot. And I really do like them. But if they're not around, I can't help them. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make relationships with people who like put the effort with me. So I really just want to keep Maddie and Tim safe and myself, obviously. Those are kind of like my three main concerns, which is so against like the girl code, like freaking alliance I made, but like, you know, sometimes things don't work out, I guess.
I have a question. So you mentioned a few times in this confessional, like hearing things from Maddie, and you also mentioned about hearing things from Rachel that goes on in the fortune teller, as well as perhaps anything Robin brought back when they went to the fortune teller. How much stock in this early phase of the game are you putting in what other people say? And is it going to come to a point where instead of, I mean, obviously getting information is good, but is it going to come to a point where you're going to have to be the receiver of the information opposed to like the end of the telephone or the middle of the telephone?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, totally. I think about that all the time. And I mean, I always have in the back of my mind, they could easily be playing me, you know, for a fool. Easily. Are you kidding me? They could have decided to target me from day one. I mean, and you know, you have to take information with like a grain of salt, everything. All I can go is based off their word, right? And I mean, once I have information of my own, like, yeah, I am gonna have to give a little something. I mean, it's gonna be what's gonna be at that point, but I literally have nothing. I mean, I guess I could talk about like Robin's power or whatever, but I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I there's lines that I will cross, but when it comes to like powers and stuff, I really don't want to cross that if I don't have to.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rae.
I don't have any more questions. Do you have anything else you want to get off your chest before we let you go?
Well, I'm sorry I wasn't your little ray of sunshine, but it's been a week. I'm recovering from a cold, so I feel like
Oh
my
no, this shows us depth of character, right? It's not like one note, like bubbles and sunshine, which we love. You make us roll, but now we're seeing like another side of you, which I appreciate.
Thanks.
No,
So many-
same too. Like I know, like these games, you can never just like be on top and be a high energy all the time. It has to be some kind of drop, or like your feelings have to move because it's a game and everything doesn't go in your favor. So when I say that, it was just like a different side of that thing. I was like, oh,
Yeah, no, it was just like,
super
oh,
happy.
okay, so this
It's
is
like
the
she's
Rae we
frustrated.
get today. Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. Shout out to my fans. Love you guys. To my haters, thanks for letting me live rent free in your mind. And to Rob James, I hope I'm making you proud.
Yeah, I
wish
love
me
that. That's
luck
like,
to tribal.
I love that. That's like your outro every time.
Well,
It's
yeah,
so
I
good.
gotta give Rob his love. I gotta.
I gotta tell Rob that Rae shouts you out every confession.